when it's light, it's open when it's dark. It's the treasure hunt amusement park. Masquerade and Forest Fen are closed, but there are plenty more rides than just those. There's Beacon Star and Treasure Man, Vegas Die and Oak Island. Give them a try and you'll be smiling. This place never closes, that's for certain. There's always a reason to keep searching. Boots on the ground, look, look, look. Your ticket to the ride is the book. The dream of the treasure is the hook. The dream of the treasure is the hook.
And this is the book that we're talking about right here, everybody. I hope you have your book. So we decided to go live because there's a little bit of breaking news that we want to talk about. I didn't put breaking news in the title this time. Some people said, you use breaking news too much. Okay, all right, fair enough. So first, I want to say thank you to everybody that joined our Zoom. Zoinks, everybody that joined our Zoom, because we hit the 100-person cap in the Zoom plan that we pay for. We've never
within 2 minutes.
Yeah, we've never had 100 people in a treasure chest. No, Copper Dan, the chest was not found. We've never hit 100 people in all the Zooms we've done for different treasure hunts. Slight echo probably from K-Pro. All right, so yeah, so thanks everybody that joined the Zoom. Some people couldn't get in because we did hit the 100-person max. So what they did is in Discord, they streamed it so people in our Discord could watch it live. Okay.
Which, so just for you guys to know, we've never had more than 40 or 45 in Zoom. We actually had 100 right off. So then somebody streamed it out of our Discord, and that was another like 50 people. So we had like 150 people sitting in the Zoom that went on for about 4 hours. I couldn't stand the whole thing. There was too much going on in life. So thanks for everybody. And special thanks to, I forget the screen name that actually came up with the clever idea, because we don't know if we're going to be able to get that big of a file uploaded. Anyway, that is what is going on there. So usually when we hear from JCB, that is when we're going to go live automatically. That is why we encourage you to hit the like button, but also the subscribe button and turn on the bell. Because when we go live, a little bit of breaking news. Everybody keeps asking, is it the chest has been found? No. Like if the chest has been found, we're going to put breaking news, a chest has been found. So it's real simple. If we go live, you just look at the title. The title is related to our topic, which is how do we know about typos? John has updated the list. We don't know if we're going to talk about it, but there's Jack Stooth news as well. But we will at least talk about and if you want to hit the highlights of I have 4 pages of notes from the Zoom. I can hit a couple highlights that I didn't know before. And I know some people have some of the things that I have cracked, which it's good and bad. That kind of confirms it to you, but go ahead, Mike.
Well, there's definitely some interesting theories in the Zoom. One of which is that you take the word search and you reverse it. You actually take it and you flip it, you reverse it, and you have to resolve it that way. I'm still not entirely sold on that idea. That would be pretty crazy. So what I think is going on, K-Pro, is I don't think you're using this. It's through the speaker. That's why they can hear me as an echo. So I don't know if you
speaker
that or not.
I don't have a speaker on my phone or on my. Okay.
All right. I'm just saying we had this issue before. But anyway, we're not going to be on that long. So that was one idea. There were a lot of good ideas, numbers and all this kind of stuff. So do we want to do one next weekend? I guess you guys let us know if you want to do another one next weekend. Another Zoom, that is. So
right now I'm spending more time. And I will say I'm not sharing anymore. I'm not trading anymore. It's been a really bad situation that I'm just going to chalk up to miscommunication. So yes, some people have some new information from me, but I didn't get anything back, which whatever. So I'm not trading anymore. Mike can trade for our team if we want to trade anything, but I'm out of that business. And I just want to get to actually solving the puzzle. So I don't know if I'll join a Zoom by next week. I'm going to be boots on the ground. So I don't know. I don't know where I'll be at. And in 5 or 6 days, I just feel like something's got to give. So between us updating the community is one thing, is great. But I want to work on the puzzles. And 4 hours of my day went. There was some good information, but is it worth the time? I don't know. So let's get to breaking news, or let's get to the info from Jon directly. Anytime you hear from an originator, we want to hear what it is. It's kind of embedded in several places in his website. So that's why we want to go over the new information. It's just not updated at the bottom. So there's some things that people missed, and then we'll go from there. Go ahead, Mike.
Well, I'll pat ourselves on the back. I think John watched our live stream last night, and in it, we talked about some of the errors in the past and future chapter and what happens today. He updated the website. He updated the typo list. And so we wanted to go live and point it out. The question
is,
it's
like most of the typos are now not typo. I mean, they're typos, but they don't mean anything, which is shocking to me. Shocking.
Well, the question is, how do you know what's a typo, and how do you know what is intentional in JCB's book? And the answer is his website. So first off, you go to treasureinside.com. Let me post that link just in case anybody's never been to the website or been there in a while. You go to the frequently asked questions section, FAQS, for those of you keeping score. And there's a lot of questions here. Is this treasure hunt real? Who's the treasure hunt for? And if you go down to third from the bottom, if you go down to this one, which it won't close now. Okay, third from the bottom. I was right. My book copy has typos. That's interesting. My book copy is an interesting phrase. My book copy has typos. Are these clues? So we're just going to read it, but he updated this. I believe it was today. I believe it was this morning. So, and this is from John. In my experience in the publishing industry, many people are involved in the proofreading process of each book. Even a children's book publisher, like the one I helped found at Marble Press, several people proofread every book, even books with just a few hundred words. But There's Treasure Inside is a different beast. It presented many proofreading challenges. First, to protect against the potential for any leaks about my book, it was my wish to limit the number of eyes reading this book in advance of its release. Far fewer people were involved in the editing process than would normally be the case. Second, this book is chock full of details and history. The amount of fact-checking and proofreading involved in its more than 70,000 words was intense. There was a tremendous effort towards getting everything correct, but even in a normal publishing environment, errors would have certainly occurred. Typically, if a book has typos in the first printing, it never gets mentioned. These errors simply get corrected in the second or third printing, and nothing further is said about them. However, There's Treasure Inside is no ordinary book. With a reader searching for clues, any typo might be considered important, or at least be questioned as such. In short, this is the important part, everybody. In short, I did not misspell any words, abbreviations, or proper nouns in my book intentionally, nor did I state any incorrect dates or ages on purpose. Now, this is not a problem, but this is kind of like a shock and a surprise, because in the past and future box chapter, he misspelled Ernest. He misspelled the first name Ernest and Ernest Klein, and he did it all 4 times in the chapter. And also, from what I looked on Wikipedia, he put the wrong year for the birth date. I thought those were intentional clues. I thought they were pointing to Ready Player One. And he just says on his website, no, those are not how I'm doing clues in my book. It says, in short, I did not misspell any words. I mean, so any misspelled words is not a clue. Think about for the lion's share. I thought misspelled or incorrect information is how he was giving us, is how he was communicating clues, but it sounds like that is not the case. Let's read the rest of it real quick.
When you get to the individual ones, let's just read the updated ones, not all of them.
And I don't know what the updated ones are, but okay. The first print run of There's Treasure Inside does have some typos. All of these issues have been corrected for the second and third print runs that have already been completed. So again, he sold out of the first copy, the first printing, and now there is a second and third. If anybody gets a book, I would want to get a second and third copy that has the updated corrections. So if anybody, tell me where you ordered from if you get a second or third edition, because I would like to order one.
So real quick, let me just throw this out you just because Courtney said it. So that means Santa Fe AZ was unintentional. He just, oopsie, he didn't remember which state it was in. That's what this says.
That's a huge typo to get wrong, though.
Well, and this is the question that Mike and I asked. If there is this many inadvertent errors, how does he not have typos in the word search? The word search is pretty brilliantly done, but if he didn't realize Santa Fe was in New Mexico and not Arizona, and that's what I'm seeing, and all those other typos are accidental, do we believe that the word search is correct?
Well, it's not perfect. It may be correct. It's definitely not perfect. So when people say Well, there's a word that doesn't work. Yeah, that does pose.
Well, now Hooley's saying, or is Arizona right? I don't know. Forrest lived in Santa Fe, New Mexico.
Yeah, not Arizona. So
I don't see how it could be right.
that's probably why he said abbreviations. That's probably specifically why he said abbreviations.
Yes.
He abbreviated AZ for whatever reason. Maybe it's not him. Maybe he has somebody doing this for him and they just got it wrong. It sounds like none of that is part of the clues, everybody. So back to the drawing board on that, I guess. Let's go through the list real quick. Now, but he didn't specifically. So I guess, all right, I hate to say this, but we're going to keep you honest, John. That's just how it works. That's what we do on this show is we call out issues. He didn't go through and list every typo because there's so many. So he made the blanket statement of, in short, I did not misspell any words, abbreviations, or proper nouns in my book intentionally, nor did I state any incorrect dates or ages on purpose. So, okay, the following are the typos found only in the first print run. And again, that's why I want the second print run. Tayat Nugiat, I don't know how your first names regrettably misspelled. The Hopi calendar, you pointed this out, K-Pro. The Hopi calendar.
Jenny did the first one because that was in the table of contents with the GA. I did the second one with the Hopi calendar. So yeah, keep going.
Page 102 should read Uruguay, not Brazil. Page 106 should read El Presidio instead of the Presidio. Page 226 appears to be, okay, here's a big one. Again, on the word search page. Page 226 appears to be page 225 in some copies. This was an overlay issue that caused this appearance. All other pages are exactly as they should be. So that's just a mistake, everybody. It's not.
Yeah, I took it that all other pages, but that one is correct. But so let's go back for a second. Greg Ghost is saying he didn't say the incorrect state like AZ. He did say his abbreviations are correct. So that is correct. In my opinion, it is saying that Santa Fe, Arizona was an honest mistake and there is no clue in it, which I think everyone on earth took it as a clue because it was such a blatant error. Right. He just ruled it out, in my opinion.
And again, we need a copy of the second edition and then we will know for sure. Now, for those of you out there that are going to say he did this on purpose, and we have to buy another book. No, I don't think he did any of this on purpose. But it happens. You have a 70,000 word book. There's going to be typos. I get it.
And this is a great question. Rachel Davis says there's no page 90. He's saying all the other pages are correct. Was that accidental?
Oh, yeah, actually, that's a good point. All other pages are exactly as they should be. So page 90 is an intentional clue, in my opinion. He said all other pages are as they should be. So that's, in my opinion, as long as he knew about it, as long people are saying they're sending him these errors, as long as he knows that the book is missing page 90, that is one of the clues then, I think. What do you think?
And I take it the opposite way. He's saying there's no errors on the page numbers. That's how I'm taking it. Because the one previous to that, the 226, 225, I thought that you and Cynthia overruled me, but I think that means that's intentional. All the other pages are unintentional, but 225, 226, it is intentional that there's a double overlay.
Well, he says, okay, let's reread it. Page 226 appears to be page 225 in some copies. What copies where is it that they don't appear that way? If somebody could find one where it's not overlaid, let us know in Discord or email me. This was an overlay issue that caused this appearance. An issue is a problem. This was an overlay issue. All other pages, so listen to this, K-Pro. All other pages are exactly as they should be. Not that all other pages don't have errors. They are exactly as they should be. I take that to mean the missing page 90 is intentional, and that is a clue. Because all the other pages in the book are as he intended, meaning missing,
whatever else. Yeah, and there was 2 pages that are omitted, but they still have a page, but they're not included in the page numbers, maybe. Wow, what a mess.
Yeah. And then there's 2 other things. Since the book's launch, readers have emailed me after spotting typos in the book, wondering if these are clues. Thank you. I appreciate this. All such errors will be corrected in future printings. And Mr. JCB or your team, if you're watching this, I wish you would put a date when you update this, because that way we know. Updated as of, and you do a running log, I think is the proper way to do it.
But he also said that he corrected a lot of things, but I think he's just becoming aware of some things. So
right.
I believe, if I were to guess, the first printing is going to look different than the second and third. That's going to look different than the fourth. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah. So it'd be interesting. Well, the first step is going to be a second copy. And so you don't have to. Me and K-Pro will get it, and we will show you the differences. So if anybody, what?
So the hard part is what he has already said somewhere on that website. He said, or somewhere, he said he has no control over which distributor has which version. So Amazon, let's say, or Little Bookstore may sell out first, so they get the third version, but Amazon bought such a big group to begin with, so they're still on the first version. So just because you, from timing standpoint, you might get a first version today, you might get a third version today. He has no control over that.
So the way around that is you really need to see the physical book in a bookstore. So if you're in a city that Barnes and Noble has the book, go in there and look at it and see if it's a second printing. If it is, well, then you don't even have to buy it. You can go to their cafe, sit down and compare, you know what I mean? The two versions, your book to their book or whatever. But anyway, I think he's addressing it as best he can. He is putting it on the website as these things come up. It is what it is. I still love the word search. I still think he's a genius for hiding the message that he did. And that's where we're at. But we wanted to let you know that he is communicating through the website, which is the right way to do it, not in a TikTok post, not in an Instagram post, or maybe somebody doesn't have those social medias. He's doing it on the website where everybody has access to that. And again, we need a version of the book that is second printing so we can decide if what he is updated and what he is not. Does anybody out there have a second edition yet? If you do, email me, please, at cowlazars@gmail.com.
And technically, it's a first edition, second printing. So when you go inside your book, it will say first. It'll say first printing, second printing, third printing. All of them are out there right now. I will take the time. We can buy it from you. I'll check our bookstore tomorrow. I'll see if I talk to a few bookstores, can they check to see which printing it is? And then that's when I'll pick up. I will try to go through and see the differences and note them. We'll make a database in our Discord for it. No email that tells us of the update. So how do we even know that the site was updated? That's true. Don't you think they should have sent out the newsletter?
They should have. And that's why I think there should be a date on the website, because you would know how old the information is. I'm assuming you updated it this morning. But again, could he have updated it yesterday and just nobody reached out to us? It's possible. Who cares? Brings up a good point. The missing page is 90 is likely deliberate. WhistlePig does the same thing, shifting the odd and even numbers from one side to the other. And that is what the missing page does. The right side used to be odd. Now it's the left side. It does rotate this odd and even. So,
and I can see your interpretation, but when he says everything is correct with abbreviations, the only hard part I have to that is he might not be aware. Like, let's just say, for example, someone did not send him Santa Fe, Arizona. I didn't send him that one because I thought it was so blatantly an error. Right now, he's saying all of them are unintentional. And I guess if he's the one that made the clues, he's going to be able to say that. But he might not even be aware of some of the errors. So I guess he's saying any words, I did not put typos. Typos are not a part of any puzzle that I made in this treasure hunt.
And I thought that was the main way he was communicating.
Exactly.
Puzzles, so I was wrong. Rodney, he did not list Arizona AZ as a needed correction. He didn't list it, but he said no abbreviations. So AZ is an abbreviation. So I don't know. Oh, maybe he can clarify it. Maybe he can specifically say this is I don't know if he will or not, but JB says I did not notify him. Well, thank you. And Hooley says I sent in. And like I said, I think there's so many more than he thought. He didn't want to list them individually. He was going to have a whole page. He just wanted to say no words.
You got to read Pecker Jack, just because, whenever I just get in my own head and start to get bummed, the man comes in with the funniest zing.
Fact that the world's largest pickle jar factory resides in Santa Fe. There we go. New Mexico. Arizona. Even I did it. Arizona. All right. Again, we had 100 people in Zoom. It was a lot of fun, a lot of new ideas. If you want on the list,
50 in the waiting room, Mike.
Yeah, we had 50 trying to get in. So we are capped at 100. So is there some other software we could use that doesn't have a cap? We could just do Speakeasy in Discord. I don't know if that has a cap. I'm assuming not, because
you can do a share screen in there, Mike. You can.
We have like 1,700 people in our Discord, so I'm assuming all of them can go into Speakeasy and talk. Maybe we'll do that next time. We'll see.
Teams. So we pay for the pro. We could pay for the business. It takes it several $100s more a month. I don't think it's worth it for that. So no Teams, for God's sakes. No, I say we do Discord and you share your screen, which is what the guy did today that was in there. He was sharing your screen that was sharing. He was sharing his screen that was sharing your screen.
Right.
So I say that's how we do it in the future. So we're going to move away from Zooms, at least for JCBs. Maybe the others, you guys can do Zoom. I don't even know if we need to keep Zooms now because we pay money for the Zoom every month. There's a lot of extra expenses, guys. We have servers. We have lots of different expenses that we have. So at least give this a thumbs up because there is quite a bit of expense to all of this. Using errors as clues is a giant trap for treasure hunt creators and a waste of time and resources for searchers. Yeah, so then don't put them in. I could say because we had typos as well, so not as big of a deal. But yeah, I think that is what he's saying. But I would have loved for him to say that 2 weeks ago.
So a couple things. Steven says my wife is a 3 times, I believe that's supposed to be children's author, and third print still had a typo. And he said, thanks for what you're doing, but he misspelled it maybe on purpose to prove a point. Thanks, Steven. Yep, 3D bronze, using errors as clues, a giant trap. And I don't know what you guys mean by boost the Discord. Dazed Wanderer says I could give a Discord server a boost or 2. I don't know.
So we were on another one, and I just got a little announcement thing about it. It's like if you nitro boost or this boost or that boost, it gives you more features. You get more GIFs. You get more. You can do more things. You can have symbols next to your name. I didn't know if it gives you more whatever. We need to look into that. Because we're new to Discord. Last year is when this started, and we have doubled in size in the last week. So we are doing our best. So we will see. We'll see what to do. But yeah, go ahead, Mike.
No, I was just going to say, Jason says, hey, I emailed you. Check your email. I don't have an email from you, so make sure you check the spelling. Cowlazars. A lot of people spell it wrong where they put an E in there and it doesn't come through. And again,
he actually said that to you with the ER. It's not an ER.
Yeah, it's got to be spelled this way, so please resend it. Just think of Bob Lazar, Area 51. We do live in Vegas, Area 51, if you know the whole Bob Lazar story. Okay, Google Meet. I don't know if there's a cap on Google Meet. But that is a good point, Jeremy.
Discord. We're already in Discord. Those of you, okay, I resisted getting onto Facebook for the Forest Fen Hunt. I finally did, and I'm good with it. Discord, just plunge in. It's easy. It's easy for me, so it's easy. Oh, and our first super chat in a while. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Steven. We appreciate it, but not necessary. But one thing we used to say we don't recently is you have a question you just need us to answer, then Super Chat highlights it. But you don't have to Super Chat. We will try and answer all the questions anyway.
But we appreciate Super Chats for all the additional expenses, especially with WSOF coming up. The benefactor has been awesome and is going to sponsor lots of pieces of that. But we still have poker chips. We still have so many things that we're going to do. So if you feel like it, I don't apologize for it. We spend a lot of money. If you guys, price of admission is $0, and we are okay with anyone that doesn't want to. But the night that the chat was really rocking, we missed a lot because I go back the next day, which I guess was this morning because that was last night. This is insane what's happening. But what happens is we miss a lot and then we don't get to answer it. So that will be how we do it later, especially when we have of the breaking news. There's going to be some great breaking news, I think.
So Laura says, what's the news? I'm late. Give her an update. Okay, bro.
The typo page on treasureinside.com has been updated. And John has said there is no intentional hints in the typos. You need to go look at the words exactly because we were debating them for a little bit.
And there it is, treasureinside.com. Go read that. It is JCB's website.
Yeah, so and 3D Bronze is saying there's no way that Santa Fe, Arizona is accidental. So even when John tells us it is, really smart people are saying, no, that's not what he means.
Thanks, Stephen. We appreciate it. Well, I thought AZ was a hint to letters, A through Z, like all the letters. And John, if you end up watching this or your team or somebody that gets to you, can you clarify? It's a big one. You need to clarify the Santa Fe AZ. If Santa Fe AZ is just a typo, that's fine, but at least say it. You need to list it specifically because that's such a huge one. We need to know, please, if you can. All right. Just a speed bump. It can still be solved. Right. And Randy says, my editor sucked. I don't know if there were any misspelled words in the Beacon Star. Was there? That's a good question. I never.
He's saying there is, sir.
Yeah, right. And was it a clue, Randy? If you guys don't know, Randy has a treasure hunt in Denver, Colorado for like $8,000. It's up to now. You said 850 something books sold in your latest video. So $5,800 and a 1 ounce gold coin. Check out the Beacon Star on Amazon by Mr. Randy Pischel. Okay. So yeah, the Zoom was a lot of fun. It was just information overload, but that somebody said you take the word search and flip it backwards. It just, blew my mind like, huh, what? We're supposed to do what now? We can all agree the 5 clues are correct. And there are 5 clues in that word search we're supposed to find. So now the question is, how do we find them? And again, when somebody wants to publicly put something in Discord that we think is breaking news, we will go live and talk about it. And we haven't even talked about the other chapters yet. Go ahead, Caper.
Yeah, there was one person in particular, Joe. I want to thank you. I don't know if your name is Joe, but that was your name in there for us. You gave a lot of good information. And some people asked him a couple times, would you share X or Y? And he said, Caper would kill me because by some of the stuff she said, this is one of the main things she's cracked. I don't mind if anyone shares. Sometimes it goes, ooh, okay, it's out now. But that's the name of the game. So you absolutely feel your way. There is one person that shares a lot that when I brought him something, I say, can you not share this until we try to crack it? And he did. And I thank him for that. But anyone can share anything they want. You're not going to get banned. I'm not going to even feel like terrible, except for one thing. There's one really good one that I hope nobody else gets. I can tell, I think Joe has it by the stuff he said. But Joe, if you're listening, you can share it. I don't mind. That's the name of the game. But remember, there's only one box, guys. So I think a lot of people are sharing a lot of good stuff. And I think a lot of people at least shared with me privately. This helps so much because I realize I've caught up, but there's so much more if there's these second and third crosswords. I don't know if there is. I really want to digest it tonight. I can't go boots on the ground for about a week. We have a big Thanksgiving dinner to do here.
Who's going to be boots on the ground Thanksgiving weekend instead of spending time with your family? There are going to be people boots on the ground, I'm sure. I was just wondering who it is.
Well, this is my handoff year. If you guys don't know, my daughter is turning 18. She is moving out. She's going to probably live in the easy. Yeah. No, we love her. But what she has decided this year is she really wants to learn to cook because she's going to be out on her own. I'm handing off the cooking, but I need to be there. I need to be the sous chef. So I am not going to be taking time away from the family time. But I will tell you, I bet you that turkey isn't even cold by the time I am east, down, and bound, loaded up and trucking. Okay, there I go. Or flying. Not going to say.
I got your email, Jason. And if you mean the cryptogram that's on the bottom of the word search, the bottom of the page of the word search, that's been solved already, unless you came up with something different. People have already solved the cryptogram that's on the bottom. It's just a simple substitution, basically cipher. You can figure out, it out by the letters in certain substitutions, but I'm happy to share that because that's been shared. So.
We have another get your soundboard ready Packer Jack comment you got to put up.
I heard that there is a local book exotic dance store in Santa Fe, Arizona called Collected Twerks. Yeah, Packer Jack's on a roll tonight. I want to know how many jokes were at CooperCon from Packer Jack on the mic. That's what I want to know.
Oh, he's exactly the same over in I've seen him on the DV Cooper when he's in the chat room. He is just as funny. I did get asked this, and I think I like this idea, and I haven't run it by Mike, but I'm going to say it anyway. What I said a couple days ago when there's some minors now in the room, rather than saying let's all kind of recalibrate to kind of 12-year-old, I'm going to say it the opposite way. Guys, these are not intended for kids. If you want to be a part of things, that's cool, but it's not intended. And we actually checked the little box that says not intended for children. That's part of the terms and conditions here. So we may get a little rowdy at times, and you need to ask your parents if that's okay. The same on Discord. Some people get a little rowdy sometimes. Quite honestly, though, my kids are in high school. I can't believe how our kids are in one of the best schools in Vegas. The bullying, language, etc. I don't think it's anything you haven't seen already. But I do want to say several people wrote me and said, that's not really fair to us. This wasn't. And I kind of agree with you. So I'll frame it a little different, even though I don't think it's going to turn anybody away. But I do have notes upon notes like millions upon millions on today. And again, a lot of it was with Joe, just things I think he's saying, and I want to digest it and all of that. No bullying exists here. Yeah, but unfortunately, it does in high schools in a really bad way. It's gross.
I got to play it, K-Bro. 3D Bronze mentioned it yesterday. I got to play it.
No.
I got to do it.
No.
All the O's that are in the word search. Come on. Here we go. Oh, and the volume was down. You're lucky, K-Bro. All right. We'll play it at the end. We'll play it at the very end. Stick around to the end if you want to hear this awesome drop that I should have played yesterday. We were talking about all the O's.
So, Paula, we're going to try, but we think that the file size is going to be so large that we're not going to be able to.
Yeah.
We'll try it, but we don't think it's going to be successful. But the thing that we were concerned about is people that were in there weren't able to hear it live. We made a solution for that. So some people were over in the Discord live. So at least it got us, at least it's got us a partial solution. Chop it up like the Fenn interview. Yeah, we have some, we might make some shorts out of the interview that we did. Oh, you're talking about today's?
Yeah, that would be too much.
That would take forever. But yeah, we'll see. We just, we didn't anticipate. We thought 40, 50, maybe 60, 70, and then 150 hours.
3.5 hours we didn't know was going to go by so quickly either. But when you're discussing a JCB puzzle, it just goes by quick. Okay, so now that typos are out in the book as clues, what are the clues? I mean, the lion's share, there's a clue in every chapter. Well, it's not a typo and it's not an incorrect year. I mean, what are the clues? Kind of changes how we're going about the book. I need to reread it now because I read it making a note of all the errors. And now if all these errors are unintentional.
Well, one of the biggest debates that I think I side on, but I don't know if I firmly side on, John has said everything that's in the standalone chapters, I'm talking Forest Fen, Pokemon, etc., everything you need is in that chapter. But does that mean that a hint, let's just say he points to another page outside the chapter and there's a key hint in it? I don't know. I think the rest of the book is fair game, just like you have to go to Ready Player One. To know the details of Ready Player One, you don't find them in that chapter. You have to go and understand Ready Player One. So for me, I think pointing to other chapters is okay. Some people say absolutely no, that is off limits, etc. I don't know.
World famous gamer, how's it going? Mr.
Sounds
Dallas.
like the hints everyone is dropping. My cryptogram solve is correct. You guys are awesome. Yeah. Jason, are you the one that did the video, the YouTube video? There was a tuber that did the YouTube video and walked actually through the exact solve. And I posted that on our Discord. Or you might be the person that dropped it on Discord. Either way, did want to thank you if you are either of those people. And now it's been confirmed by lots of people. It's kind of like the 5 clues. Once PermaTemp put it up on Discord, we can all talk about it now because it's out there. And so some people are mad at me because here's what they said. But somebody's always going to be mad at me. Story of my life. Here's what they said. But when PermaTemp put it, it scrolls away and there was only probably 20, 30 people that noticed it. When you put it on YouTube, you have 200-300 people watching and 1,000 people that'll watch right after. So you have spotlighted it. Yeah, true.
Randy Pischel. Has anyone tried anagramming the entire text of the book? Obviously a joke. Good one, Randy. Good one. All right. Hey, I got one for you, Randy. Hang on. If I can find it. I got so many I can't find them all.
I went in your computer and I put them in the do not. I went to each one, I double clicked, and if it was something that your mother would be mad at you about, I put it in a folder called do not play. He's not listening, guys. This is his do not listen face.
I can't find them. I just can't find them.
Yeah, maybe that got hidden. Or the delete button.
Never heard of them. Next.
Yeah, well, all right.
That one wasn't bad.
Okay. All right. I think that's it. Mr. Dallas has 3 copies of the book. So do we. But they're all first edition. So now the option is to get the second edition. Just to see if that AZ was corrected. He said they'd be corrected. So if AZ is wrong, it'll be corrected, right?
That would confirm it. But, you know, so many people shenanigans. So you need to actually show us the copy of the book. I'll go tomorrow to Barnes & Noble, see what version they're on.
All the jokes are coming out now. All right, so that's it. We just wanted to point out that the typo list has been updated. He has addressed a lot of things. Did not misspell any words, abbreviations, or proper nouns. It's interesting. He says proper nouns when proper nouns is in the word search. In my book intentionally, nor did I state any incorrect dates or ages on purpose. So, John, if you do hear this or somebody can get it to him, please just clarify the AZ. If it's in the second edition book, perfect. That will help. If anybody can find a second edition book, like at a in-person bookstore, let us know. I don't know if our bookstores here in Vegas are carrying the book. Did you ever find out?
They weren't before, but now I saw that he had like the 42nd top selling book in the country. So they might start up. Can you put Debbie's message up? I just love it. I'm sorry. Bad person.
This one?
Yeah.
That's called testosterone-induced deafness. What is she talking about? What?
I had a whole conversation with the entire chat room about you not listening to me, and you didn't listen to me. And it's funny when you're like, what is she talking about? That makes it even funnier. I'm with Days Wanderer. Low key wish I got a backwards cover edition. All of these, he hasn't even talked to, does the backwards and upside down cover mean anything? So we got to send that one in. This is going to take forever.
I think there might be a slight nod to the past and future search in the Sapphire chapter. Nothing profound, just a vague reference. Could be, Eric. Could be. And the reason I wasn't paying attention is I was looking for this, Capro.
Things go well, I might be showing her my O face. Oh. You know what I'm talking about. Oh.
And that was for all the O's in the word search, obviously. Credit to 3D Bronze who reminded me that I had that one. It was like, he said every time K-Pro says, oh, you play that drop. I'm only going to play it once. Thumbs up if you thought it was funny like I did. And bonus points if you know what movie it's from.
Word is going in the pool.
Exactly. Who cares gets it. All right. Book is on sale for $34.95 on Amazon for Black Friday. So everybody, if you haven't ordered it yet, $35, Amazon Prime. So actually, I'm going to check it right now. I thought this was pretty cool. Let me see if it's still there. If we order it off of Amazon, it says it'll be delivered Monday. But when I checked it during the week, it says if you ordered it in the morning, it would be delivered by 4 p.m. the exact same day. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Yeah, pretty much. $34.97. Yeah, $34.97. 30%.
2 cents off. I'm suing you for the 2 cents. See,
well, that's a typo, unintentional typo. See, everybody does it. All right. Anything else, K-Pro?
No, I'm tired. My brain just needs. I'm gonna stay. I have some other priorities. We had David's girlfriend over today. He has.
Oh, geez.
He's a girlfriend.
No comment.
She's super sweet, and her parents are sweet. So.
No, we're not checking out Formula One. It's crazy down there on the strip. And there's a ring event going on at the Horseshoe Poker Room, and we're not going to go down there for any of that. Maybe later in the week, but not for the Formula One race. Okay, I guess that's it. Bye, K-Pro. Okay. All right, everybody. We just wanted to let you know about the typo list. That was the big one. And about the Zoom went well. A lot of information, though. We'll see. I'm sure something else will get cracked for one of the other chapters. And when it does, we will go live with it. Right?
Yeah. So it took us 38 minutes to say there's a new typo list on treasureinside.com. Bye.
All right. See you, everybody. See you next time.
Bud Light. Suck one.
There you go.
Oh, my Lord.
I hope everybody has a good Saturday night. And I'm sure she left. And I'm sure we'll go live Monday. So take it easy, everybody.